And it's not often that in life we actually stick to our dreams as children. Sometimes we might have a dream as a child of something that we want to do, but as we get further into life, there are pressures that come in, like getting the right job, getting married, having kids, doing this, that, and the other. We tend to sometimes let go of these passions that are inside us. And you know how heavily against that I am, okay? I'm the kind of person that goes from the heart to the mouth to the hands to the work to the life to the death. You just do what you feel and you try to follow your heart and your dreams. And he was a great example of that, okay? He followed that, and many other people do that in society. So today, I want to talk about that a little bit before we begin the class. This weekend I was with my family, I was with my cousins, and some of you saw the pictures on Facebook, my little cousin. I love to talk about them, I'd like to talk to them about what they're doing with their lives and how they feel about life. Because I think in the children, everything lies. They're so free, they're so brave, they're so courageous. But then what happens to that courage? What happens to that dream? What happens to that freedom? What happens to that fearlessness? It kind of just gets funneled into a system, right? And I always say humans are just civilized animals. In that we just follow the same patterns as animals do, we just do it in a more civilized, intelligent way. But really, it's the same things. So I sat down and I thought about it, and I wrote a 20-point life plan, what I see life going like, and it's something that I wanted to read and put in my teachings at the class today. So with all that in mind, I'm going to read something to you, so just pay attention and listen to what I'm saying. The 20-point plan of life. When I talk to kids, I often ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? They say a bunch of random stuff: fireman, footballer, nurse. And I say to them, that's good. Just make sure when you grow up, you be yourself. And turning their heads slightly whilst looking at me like I'm a pile of jigsaw pieces, they say, but I am myself. What do you mean? And I smile and I say to them, you'll find out. And we carry on playing or dancing, whatever we were doing. You see, as adults, many of us have forgotten that little child inside who dreamt, who imagined, and fantasized about what the future was going to be. Somewhere along the factory line of so-called civilized human beings, we became less concerned with living and more afraid of dying. Less able to enjoy the money we have and more focused on saving it and investing it. We became less and less able to make changes and more focused on securing everything so nothing changes and everything stays the same. We don't like change. And that it fits this 20-point plan. Your birth, your nursery, your education, your job, your partner, your marriage, your kids, their nursery, their education, their job, their marriage, their partner, your grandkids, their education, their job, their partner, your retirement, your death, your funeral. I'll read that to you again. Your birth, your nursery, your education, your job, your partner, your marriage, your kids, their nursery, their education, their job, their partner, got to find the right partner, their marriage, your grandkids, their nursery, which nursery they're going to, their education, their job, their partner. You don't often get to see their marriage, so it's kind of your retirement time, next thing you know, it's planning your funeral, and then your death. Morbid, cynical, perhaps. Honest, maybe. The boldness of life became the fear of living, the fear of trying, and the fear of dying. Where did we go wrong? We stopped being ourselves. If I asked you what's in your heart, could you tell me? If I asked you who you are, would you even know? If I asked you what you dream of, would you not burst into tears that it's now so far away? But look at the children. They are you in the past. As you try and learn from this, make sure you don't bog the little one's growth and courage down with too much education. Yes, too much education. Let them be creative. Let them imagine. Let them dream. Let them fantasize. Let them play. They are not stupid. Eventually, they will see what the global market is and learn a trade. They will see what love is and find friends or a partner. And if they want to make more children, believe me, they will make more children. And if they don't, they won't. But don't teach them about fear before they've got anything to be afraid of. Just because you were hurt, it doesn't mean they will be. Just because you made mistakes, it doesn't mean that they will. Your job is to support their spirit of adventure and not to stop it. Their adventure. And if you don't get what you want for them, think about the notion of wanting and needing for someone else. How is that even logical? How can you want for someone? Surely they can only want for themselves. You may believe money brings security, but they may find strength in dancing, God, or working with animals with very little money. So what? I know it's a tough world, but trust the little ones. Sit with them in their car, helping them to steer, but don't take the wheel. Let them drive. Let them dream. Let them be. There's a very important lesson through the whole of that. What are you getting from it? Anyone?
Just be.
Just be? But what about the children where they're concerned?
Not to take control.
Not to take control?
Listen.